in her. And I'm not saying this because I'm the UN and we are here to appreciate the government. I'm saying this as a woman, as a sister, to see another woman strive through all her struggles and still turn up every single day for her work, for her job, but above all her passion, which is women and their well-being. All the Director Generals, representatives of line ministries, our colleagues from DFAT, our representatives from... Maybe somebody's not happy with me because I'm not wearing orange. Our representatives from PNTL, a round of applause for all the women who are sitting in uniform right in the front. It is one of the most powerful images of women in the world. Our colleagues from TLPDP who also were in the march. But above all, sisters, gentlemen, and those who have joined us today. After 15 years of my career in UN Women, I've almost run out of orange clothes to wear other than t-shirts. So my sincere apologies for turning out in white, which is also the color of peace, if I may remind you. But today, to see you in the powerful color of orange is a symbol of a brighter future, which signifies a life free from all forms of violence against women and girls. It really is a powerful call to break through the shadows and shine light on harmful behavior, discriminatory norms, online violence and abuses, which often go unseen or unchallenged. I'm sure that even as the head of UN Women, and I'm sure this is true for Mana Albina, and this is true for most of your women who have dared to wear uniforms. Even now when I put a picture of myself online, I think twice. I think more than twice actually. I think, does it suit my image as the head of UN Women? Is someone going to make an uncanny remark on this? Is it going to instigate anything else? Is this picture going to be forwarded anywhere? Women, offline, online, in homes, in public spaces, in private spaces, are always alert. Alert about what they can say, alert about what they can share, alert about what they can wear. And it would be hard to explain to a man how difficult that life is, where you are thinking and scanning your environment for some sort of danger every single living moment. Most of these times are even times at home, places where we go to rest, places where we feel that we are between people we trust. But even in those circles, most women, and this is not about Timor-Leste or India, this is about around the world, most times we as women think twice before saying anything so that it doesn't offend anybody, wearing anything so that it doesn't provoke anybody, constantly reducing and shrinking ourselves to fit the definitions of the world that it has made what women can be. But today, sitting in front of me is a woman leader who was the youngest parliamentarian at her time, who dared to bring up a young daughter, who's a mother, who's a wife, who's not just a minister, but the Minister for Gender. And today, there are women in uniforms. I'm sure you didn't see your mother in uniforms. I'm sure you didn't see your sisters. So you're the first generation to think that women can be in uniforms. And that to me is redefining what women can be. So as we break these cycles of what the world had imagined for us and what we are helping reimagining the world, we know that there's another shadow that follows us, and that is the shadow of the internet. When I was young and we would walk a street, I'm talking about many years back in India, there would be a group of boys standing around the corner, and we would go to our school or our tuition and come back, And while we would cross that street, they would start singing these Bollywood songs. But at that time, we were able to go home and tell that those were the names of the 4 boys, because they were boys from the neighborhood. They had faces, they had names, so they had some shame. But today, the internet does not come with names. The internet doesn't come with any forms of identity. It gives the authority to harass women with no responsibility and accountability. And while we grow under the shadow where 70% of the region's population is online, it is important that we create a world where we have the opportunity to, which is different from the world that women have survived. Today we're also seeing the growing influence of misogynistic online spaces, the so-called manosphere, the pushback to the fact that women are rising, or the pushback to the pushback. In Timor-Leste, sometimes things are no different. We see rising reports of online violence, particularly against women, women journalists, women human rights defenders, and women politicians. These attacks not only silence individuals, but it undermines a woman's participation in democratic processes, leadership, and civic engagement. Amongst the rapid rise of non-traditional security threats, we are here in Orange to remind ourselves that the world cannot go as business as usual, that we are going to create a world where women and men feel safe being online, where no woman has to lock her Facebook profile, where no woman has to keep her accounts private only because she's scared of someone else, or only because she distrusts of what the world has from her. Today, as we mark the end of 16 days of activism, let us remind that while Timor-Leste as a young democratic country has made great strides, even in the last 4 years that I've been here, joining ASEAN, stepping into regional frontiers, we will also create a world where women feel safe. Women feel safe in being spoken to, women feel safe in speaking up, women feel safe in public spaces, in private spaces, and above all, do not live under the shadow of the fear of violence and retaliation. Everybody that is necessary to make the change is probably sitting here. And I'm really, really glad. And maybe it's high time that we change that statistic from 1 in 3 women go through abuse to say 1 in 3 men need a serious change in their behavior towards women and girls. It's important to shift the blame. But that doesn't mean that we are addressing men as perpetrators. We're inviting you to be partners in our safety, in our well-being. There's absolutely nothing that we can achieve without the collaboration of men like today that have stepped out to make a change. Each one of you is one half of humanity supporting the other. And as for women, there are no instructions to give women than to say, just keep doing what you're doing because you're absolutely marvelous. And thank you. And it is my absolute pleasure to also wish each one of you a very happy Human Rights Day. And it is my privilege to serve the country of Timor-Leste, a country that has upheld the principles of human rights, not just in the Constitution, not just on papers, but in its true spirit of reconciliation, in its true piece of independence, and it's their journey through independence. And I always remember what Mohammad Shanana said to me in his first introductory remarks. He said, I never fought people, I only fought a regime. And that is the true principle of human rights, that when we fight an issue, we are not fighting people. We're not fighting men, we're not fighting fathers, we're not fighting husbands, we're fighting violence against women and girls, of which men and women sometimes are equally enabling parts. And the only thing that I'd like to see for each woman to do is, as you rise up the ladder, make sure that you carry your sisters along. And one day, there will be so many of us at the top that I will not have to give a speech, and we will not have to march for what is very, very obvious and probably a very probable reality in the world. Thank you so much for coming out today evening. Obrigado, Barak. Viva Timor-Leste. Viva Feto.
Obrigado, Barak. May ito ni Basaliman.
Check. Check. Ida Ruatolo ko.
Ida Ruatolo. Tiag. Tiag, may ito ni Basaliman ma mensagem importante na befosi. Tanya yun man country representative.
Okay, ये कौन तक बा? ओए रोना गला है. Consegue a tradução e eu consegui. Okay, ahora em televisão, papai tradução e eu.
Tiag. Ano yung mensagem tabot sira rona rasik mensagem mesak pertinentes date ba ita hotu. Kung hira halo kampanya ba iha kontra violensia hasoru feto no Labarik ita la kontra mane sira. Ita la kontra Labarik mane sira. Ita mos la kontra ferik katua sira. Mas ita kontra actus violensia kontra feto no Labarik Feto. Jadi mane na fating sa ita ne parseiru hodi halo asaun sira kontra violensia domestika. Nomos violação sira hasoru feto. Mensagem importante na beuhin hatoela usi ita ne country representative.
Los kiras tambane ba aman sira imi amang hela kala. Amang hela. Okay, tambane ita na fating ita serviço amuto na fating nomoso usi tinha parceiro sira nabe mag serviço amuto ko nono governo li usi seu excelência secretário de estado de igualdade serviço macas ita foi apreciação basalima macas lai. Nunemos usi diretor sira chefe de departamento sira cara que é chefe unidade sira no funcionário sira o SEI. Basalima macas ba imi otalai. Tama antes satu to ya palco ne ita bel hakil armalo ida ne pronto na gasidao que ne ba pronto na gasidao tamba buat ki serne mak fo contribuição hodi realiza o ita sormalo ne ita marsa ne ba ita marsa ne ba ita ha he mai be mane dalidatan mensagem siro ne la bele halo aning tasinya huli udet lori na fatin transmiti na fatin ane soi manabrantes dia katak bal ne be ia ID Facebook ida det registro atol para bel publica informação ne sai na fatin.
Diag, hanay sa ohing ta mangjals mencionana, parceiro sira niya knar most importante tebe si apoio SEI religia kampanya dane. Basta lima ba parceiro sira hotu? Hau si parte segurança, itane pa FFDTeli, PNTeli, tel PDP. Nomos sira na beamila bel menciona ida purida, lalu amos itane NGO nasional sira, nomos agencia internasional sira nebe sempre amutuk ho, itane governo ho de religia. Proseso tomak na be makato iha o hinlorong na hodia.
Los kiras tambane mak parceiro hamutu ko itania member governo sira nomos anesang NGO sira mahotu mai itamos sakar menciona fo batare ba sempre suki hane nebe contribui tertebe hamutu ko komunidade itakarak komunidade hotu ita basari mamakas lai hadir ba husitação idane labele ita haleri kele los kala ita haleri kele to pasar nebe ya usi kidane saya anesan experiência nomos matéria ida baita para ita bele implementa bele hadia bawe.
Dia espera kata kampanya idane laos day tiha ita involve feto sira nebe maksayane. Ita involve feto sira nebe maksayane san linha frente a tu kuliah kono ba asunto feto niang. Mas espera kata mane sira mos bele sayane san parceiro eminente nebe sempre acompanha feto di kuliah kono ba asunto violencia contra feto no Labarik. Tamane mak monzoya maromak ne la cria ita la cria ami feto husi tulang belakang ka, tulang depan ka, maybe husi itanya tulang rusuk. Berarti amine lah ya fating ya oin liu ya kotuk liu masih ya imine sorry. Los kala ya mana sira? Ne per sira la bele tau ita ya oin or sira siente inferior. Tau ita ya kotuk or sira dia ita gosta alo am vítima. Dekliu tau ya sorry per ita lahan esa.
Ele foi sabe da mané nebe pasio excelência no parceiro sira bele tau mos ruana husi manabrantes ruana. Ida de valor a la truca e tem dignidade no ida fale.
Dia feto saya nessa imine parceiro de luta contra a ação sira nebe hala feto la sente confortável. Nebe ami contra imine ação los contra imi. Imina fating amine parceiro. Basta lima pa mare maluk sira. Dia kau nih ane sangne menjual, tirma ita nih agenda importante ida.
Ya, tu irmã ita se basiste a muito animação rua, né? Lorimos mensagem baita, além de animação. Iha teatro barak, primeira apresentação, se mais se estudante de IT, teatro barak ida, colia conaba, ida nesse liga a violência baseada no gênero, valeu iha assédio sexual. No Twitter que era sidane, ita barona muito poema husi.
Grupo na bilang, ka programa na bilang, nabe makadurante ne sa henesa fasilitamos feto fansay lubong ida basa lima ba na bilang? Siramos sa henesa programa eminente nabe makadurante fasilita tiana feto fansay lubong ida nabe maka beneficiamos usi programa ida. O sira se loremos pizia ba ita hoto.
Los que están manito ne basa lima no decimo, estudiante de IT.
No promove balanço bit na behanesa. Kane hausu baimi atu ita ama ida atu lori haha bukai rumah ita tahu hamotu ko di halau itena aktividade ida ne. Dia kauno itena aktividade itena hasoru motu makne de no ita se fira bom.
Anita, emane bana be moras ni sirok fila ne. Bana be mo fing mai ne.
Hauim ba hamotu khane kolega sira ami prepara aktividade abane tane mahmai tardi tuang.
Tam samo tinggal sini le.
Hai afu inside ekne.
Ore bahala kafe mai.
Losona sahabana.
Lisensa manai.
Siapa ne? Siapa hari itu?
Lisensa manai.
Hai Zefa, toi boa tarde. Me dia kalai. Tambil mai tu.
Boa tarde. Mano, Wayne abro firku tamai, hare expressão usita lá num dia, kita imia problema família. Antônio, não e trova briteli lagi.
Então los na ban sudan ite hedap.
sa balon na ros.
Antone, Anita sa. Hori ni agora ni usa how dia close. Ni halo boto to confirm tuir ni hakara ke. Ini be involve ho grupo sira liur ni. Halo ni sayun sira close tena ni.
Oh, Anita ba ben tamu matare la re. Iyo ni la considera oka.
La ya.
Então, mano, tuiro ni hanoi. Anita tem que ter autorização o seu atuir atividade saída de comunidade. Ou inclina a grupo feto, e daí tem que ter autorização o seu.
Não sei.
Mano, há tem que estar difícil a tal mudança se reita na relação. Mas bem, vamos tem que compreender que não há tem que estar feto o mani é direito na vez nessa. E anitamos precisa ter atividade sira e a comunidade. Hori nune bele explora ne potencialidade.
Antoni, lahi botira na bema adli acontece yang brande relação. Halo bakunia, mebe ho killer ni olio makas. Dala rumah ho senti dane sala. Mebe ho tahang makasus la kuya tu hali dane.
Mano, o kuli oni student kono wane. Ni buat dia kida husio. How mos ulukane sane. Maybe buat nebe ho koko halau sai ka halau te buat rumah. Tau senti calma ona. Foi amro zefa kulia malu. Depois ele how mos turmesa kode halau exame de consciência. Hori compreende no suporta fale Anita e atividade interna no externa.
How noi hamos tinggi halo hane sane. Tama buat celo que ambrone relação ne dia kela au hari ini contente los hira ne involve he grupo sira liu no hamos aceito ne noi pode boen ati comprende Anita o hira ne batuir atividade sira liu no hamos tem que usa desculpa ne atuna ne ambrone relação se sai dia liu
Mano, hone colega dia. Há orgulho teve só um esforço de mudança.
Obrigado para Antoni. Baweng hau se esforço ali utang atu mantém mudança dane. Também dane dia bo bahau nomos baita na relação, baita na wan sira hotu bersai dia.
Hai, haro uing siguro kuli kono basira kare.
Hey, sa oi hawa na lain tamo mai ami sente anesa ni problema rumaka.
Si oe ambro kule kona ba ho kila Anita tamare te fila tarre le. No agora vamos si noi mudança atu fo Anita livre ho de tuir atividade serene. No Anita anu vergoan lebih dia kau sudah desculpa boy hasil halata kori hiru so.
Dia kau perdua. Importante idene la feita de Anita me bea manumos. Hau espera ia futuro hanelain bel halo anesa nema hau.
Dia haham pronto ona heita to he mesa de.
Hau noi musik kau matau kari tambah hau amor matiin tenane.
Lai, amano mas suru itu nomoro hau prepara bika ho kanurusia.
Antang mai tabahang.
Teatro hone título balanço que fosse estudante sira guidinha. A tutaka vai a apresentação dele ao selori poesia ida hone título umanai. Dek, nakukun falun haumatan. Mundo nia manas hakat liwana. Rainain koko taka hautilun ibon no sirane fuan. Lia fuan midar nebe haurona ladauk kura kanek tuan ihahau ulung no fuan. Obele senti saidamak hau senti Baihira hau maluk rasik sama hawain tuban. Hodi folia moruk. Haurain manan ona ukunan. Celebratan ona meio século. Mabe tansa. Tusane sedau kotu. Atu hambrik los ihanabe. Fununai mas lakar kilat. Umanai mas hafeto ida. Mabe loron matan se continua hader. Haroman usiloro sae toloro mono. Iha esperança fon bahau feto maluk sira. Babadog no gone se continua lian. Knananuk ne se continua hananu. Podi hatuir how nia lo ita feto maluk sira ni historia tomoruk ne lakon. Fuane se haksolok wai naresin se la mesak. Se la iha ona bainaka, la iha ona umanai, dan ita mesak ida deit, iha knua ida, nebena kono, hodoming, no respeto. Obrigada.
Ba grupo na bilang nomos
Estudante DIT. Sorry, kare ko yung menciona din sirnia teatro ne kono ba asiri sexual mebe ohi kare kono ba suporta mane feto mane suporta malo. Então ida nema onek atine mensaje nomos real jari de nebe hasoru hela nebe ba aman sira ita bo sira sidak aman. Quando sidak suporta ita bo sirnia. Feng nomos ita bo sirnia